All right. Hello, everyone. That's funny. I said we are possibly having mic issues, and it was muted. So that was not the issue. I mean, well, it was an issue. However, it is Monday. We are live. Welcome to the stream. We might have some mic issues. Trying out a new mic, and we're having some issues in the members only stream last hour. But hopefully, it's not too bad, and we can deal with it if in fact I was unable to fix it in the break there. We'll give a couple minutes for people to join in here. As always, got a few things to talk about. Some new fish coming. Just got back from Wyoming as well, visiting Dan's from Dan's Fish. So, yep, there's all the no sound. Yeah, I actually caught it. I caught it pretty quick this time. PA Fish Preacher, how's it going? How's it going? Daryl Deemer, hello. Cool shirt. This is a Costco special. I had to throw on a button up so I had somewhere to clip the mic to. So that's why I'm wearing the button up now. Trying the old wireless mic without the mic in front of my face like this. We'll see how it works. Whoa, dude. Whoa. You just snuck past the dog door. Nice. Congratulations. Go back. All right. Hooray for Mondays. I agree. TGIM. Mike's Aquatics and Things. Hey, yo. Every time I start talking, dogs are like, think I'm talking to them. Good evening all from New York City, says Frank. What's going on, Frank? Your voice sounds fine, but sounds like rain or fish tanks in the background. There are fans going. You can see the plants moving there. It is pretty warm out. The dogs need the fans. So if you hear background noise, it's the fans. I've got them turned down as far as I can go, but I can't let it get hot in here for the dogs. Sorry, but they're a little bit more important than a little fan noise, so. What's that, Chilithrina? I'll show you right now. I think I still have it up. No, I don't have it up, but I will pull it up for you. Oh, Chris, I did see you in here earlier. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the old school $4.20 super chat. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at that Chilithrina. For anyone who is confused, I did post a picture in the community tab and was like, guess what this is? And one person got it, so let's take a quick look here. There we go. Chilithrina species Cowie awalim. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right at all. 34 months on the dream team. I'm OG, peasants, he says. Pam gifting 5 memberships. Be sure to have that accepted. Adam, Carlos, Frank, Debbie, and Jim all joining the team. Thanks to Pam. Thank you so much, Pam. I appreciate it. But here it is right here. I wonder if I can make this bigger. That's what she said. All right. Oh. Colored up male photo by Bob Steenfott. That is right. I was at Dan's Fish for the last 5 days. Wednesday, I got home. I arrived Wednesday, got home yesterday, and I have about 300 gigs of footage. So there's going to be lots of videos with Dan, with his fish. Got about 5 or 6 videos already planned out. The editing has started. I'm super excited. And it should be a lot of fun. Did a tour of the whole place. Broken up in kind of 2 parts. So there's going to be a tour video, which I'm going to try to get it down to an hour. But there's 500 fish tanks in this warehouse. So it's going to be a long video. And the part I'm breaking off in 2 is how the entire facility operates as far as like filtration, water changes, things like that. So that's going to be, there's going to be 1 video of all the fish and then another video with the workings. But I'm super grateful that Dan brought me out there, and we came up with a little incentive. If you've bought from Dan's Fish before, I have that comment linked there, but I'm going to pin it again. If you've needed some incentive to go buy from Dan's Fish, If you've never purchased and you click this link, you will save 10% off your first order. Oh, did I just get Engelhearted again? Holy smokes, buddy. Wow. Look at all the lurkers. I love it. I see all the lurkers. I cannot read off 20 of these names. Thank you so much. Johnny at Dan's Fish was gifted a membership. I got to hang out and hang out with Johnny for 5 days. Dan's got a really cool crew over there. There's only 4 of them, and they're all just the nicest people ever. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Alexander. Thanks to Alexander, we had a record number of people in the members-only stream the last hour. It was a lot of fun. So to all the new members, we stream an hour before this stream, and we just talk about whatever. So if you're not a member, don't worry, you're not missing any content. It's just a bunch of nerds hanging out for an hour. But it is always super fun. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah. So, if you needed an excuse to buy, you have it now. If you needed a second excuse to buy, there are a lot of rare fish on Dan's Fish website right now. We listed them. Well, he listed them. I was just watching on Wednesday. So check it out. Fish I've never seen before. One of the reasons I was so stoked about filming and getting these videos out is there's so many fish that I've never seen before. There's some species I've never heard of before. And there's also a certain species that I don't believe has ever even been in the US before. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Look forward to those videos. Hopefully I'm going to get one out on Wednesday. Hoping to have the tour done by this weekend to release the tour on Wednesday. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's super awesome. I would say he's an absolute super fan, always killing it in the streams. Yeah, he's definitely a friend of the Fish fam, and we all appreciate him so very much. It makes me lose my train of thought every time. Oh man. So anyways, that's the announcement. Click that link, get 10% off your first order. If you've already ordered, you're SOL. But I think you're probably okay because the quality of fish is unbeatable. But anyways, that's my little spiel. Click that link, save 10% if it's your first order, and it is an affiliate link, so I do back on that as well. But the goal is to grow dansfish.com. I can't wait to go back. I'm hoping to go back on his next order, and we'll see how that works out. That one will probably be on my dime though, which hey, that's like a twofer at that point. 2 trips for the price of 1. And Tiffany White gifting 5 memberships as well. Always appreciate Tiffany, and good to see you. Thoughts on the Bosemani kept at 82 degrees? Other suggestions? Not. Bosemani will do just fine in 82 degrees. I wouldn't go much higher. As like once you get to like 85, that's probably where I would start cutting it off for almost all the rainbow fish. There's definitely some rainbow fish that can do 85 and a little bit higher, but I probably wouldn't do it myself. So yeah, 82 degrees, no problemo. A Ginger Grumble with the $10 super chat. The Giraffe Fund. I have found a place in Washington State that does have giraffes, so maybe we're getting close. Every week we're a little closer. Would be my first order this week. Does that count, Bob? I wish. The goal here is to get new customers, right? Once you've ordered from Dan, like, and you experience that, like, you're gonna buy again, right? Just the quality of fish you get. And I'm really not trying to do like a huge sales pitch, but after seeing the operations and spending 5 days there, I'm like just blown away. It's probably, well, it's not, it is absolutely the nicest facility I've ever been in when it comes to fish, whether it's local fish stores, wholesalers, whatever. It is definitely the nicest. They did a really good job. Have I kept the 4-eyed fish? Matthew, no. Looks kind of like a goby. Yes. So I haven't kept the 4-eyed fish. I don't know if I would. but it is certainly an awesome fish. So if you're unfamiliar with the four-eyed fish, um, basically it has four eyes, and two of them sit above water and two of them are below water, and it's pretty interesting. I don't think, Matthew, that I've ever even seen them for sale anywhere, but it would be one that if I did see it for sale, I'd have to do some serious thinking on if I was going to buy them or not. I don't even I couldn't even imagine how much they would be. It's probably one of those fish that are like $5, but you just think they're going to be super expensive. But I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen them for sale. Zen Ginger coming in late. You're late because you didn't remind me to put my link up. That's how you're late. Rebecca says, we have been having a heat wave. Anyone having a hard time keeping tanks cool? There are a lot of people in a heat wave. I am one of them. It was like 100 and some degrees in Wyoming, so I definitely understand the heat wave. Luckily, I'm pretty climate controlled here, so and very well insulated. So I'm pretty lucky. But one of the things you can do is actually just get a fan, like a clip-on desk fan. Just clip it on the side of the aquarium and blow it over the surface of the water, and you'd be really surprised how much that helps out. Another thing people do is they'll get like, let's say you have like an old gallon jug of milk, fill it up with water, put it in the freezer, or make sure it's appropriate sized. You don't want to put a gallon of ice in your 5-gallon aquarium, but maybe it's a 1 liter bottle or a 20-ounce bottle. Just freeze it and then let it float in the aquarium, and that'll keep it cool as well. Now, granted, you'll have to keep replacing them over and over and over, but it's still better than cooking your fish. Welcome Sand Lash, Barky, Michelle, Pingary, and Andreas, probably. I wanted to get more gold lasers, and Aquahuna has them, but after seeing some of the reviews with the color discrepancies, I'm a little nervous to order them. Blue Water Gym, I did see gold lasers this past weekend. And honestly, they do look like orange lasers to me. I can definitely tell the difference, but I feel like if you have one, it doesn't really matter. You don't really need the other one. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think the difference is big enough. Like, if I was already keeping golds, I probably wouldn't buy orange. If I already had orange, I probably wouldn't buy the golds. And I think the other thing to think about as well is the and I'm not trying to disparage anyone or any company, but I've definitely run into an issue with wholesalers mislabeling fish, and that would be definitely a fish I could see getting mislabeled very easily. So I would be careful about that as well. Definitely make sure you're getting the right one. Fish question: how do you motivate yourself to restart after a whole tank failure? It's easy. You get more tanks, right? If you have 100 tanks and one crashes, if you have one tank and your one tank crashes, that's going to be a way bigger bummer. So the answer is always more tanks. You got to dilute the bad part of the hobby, right? By getting more, essentially. I get it though. All jokes aside, it's not. It's always a bummer. I've had a sickness wipe out almost my entire fish room, one time. Never figured out what it was. Called it. I don't even know, but probably lost about half the fish in my fish room, and I ended up tearing down about half my fish tanks and completely sterilizing them. And it was rough. But I think the joy that you get from fish definitely outweighs it long term, right? So it sucks right now, but in 2 months it's probably going to suck a bit less, and you'll probably be a bit more motivated. And so you just have to work through it. You have to know, just tell yourself it's going to be better. It's a learning experience, as long as you figured out why, right? Whether it was you just did a water change and you put in some really bad water from the tap, right? Like I've done that before, where the city just dumps in like massive amounts of chlorine after a hard rain, and it's just like it's so bad where you can like smell it, but it's too late. So whether it's your fault or not, it's hopefully a learning experience, and you can use that, move on, get more experience, and be better prepared for it in the future. What type of rainbow fish can be housed in a 20-gallon? Oh, there's so many. Any of the pseudomagills. Well, I don't know that I would put pseudomagill fricatas in a 20-gallon. I mean, do it. There's people that do it, but they have way more fun in at least a 3-foot tank. So if it's a 20 long, you're probably pretty okay. But any of the pseudomagills is what I would do. That's probably all I would do. I don't think, maybe pygmaeus if you can find them, Melanotania pygmaeus. A lot of people keep the dwarf praecox rainbow, or the dwarf neon rainbow, which is the praecox rainbow, in 20 gallons. And I've done it. And if you take a school, first of all, you need a school, right? So let's say you have 8 of them and you throw them in a 20-gallon tank. They're pretty, they're not very active, I guess is what I'm trying to say. They kind of just sit in one spot, and they'll all shoal together in one spot, and they'll go back and forth, and they'll be, they'll have times where they're just like zipping around. But for the most part, they kind of just shoal in one area and they just sit there. Now, if you take that same 8 rainbows and put them in like a 40 breeder or a 55, they're way more active. So yes, you can keep a dwarf neon in a 20, but it's night and day difference on the behavior from putting them in a bigger tank. So I don't do it, but technically you could, and they would live. Would they thrive? Probably not, but they would live. What kind of rainbow is it? Oh, I can show that. Did I show that already? I don't care. I'm going to show it again. What kind of rainbow? So before the stream, I posted a picture of my community tab and was like, "Ooh, who can name this fish?" And one person got it, but I'll show it to you right here. Chilothrina species, Cali, whatever, Awalim. I don't know. But this is colored up male, picked by Bob Steenfott. I did take this pick, so I'm pretty excited that it turned out this well. Now there's some Photoshop on this. I turned down the shadows because it's so bright in the warehouse that I had to turn down the blacks and the shadows. This is ran through Photoshop, but you'll see in the video just how beautiful these are when they're fired up. Like I said, hopefully I'll have that video out this weekend. It's going to be massive, so it's a lofty goal, but I'm going to try. And but yeah, there it is. Chilothrina. Blue Water Jim with the $20 super chat says, just because I always enjoy the stream when I can catch it. Thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate you being here. And she lost my chat. Now it's back. And I always enjoy it as well. It's always fun for me. All right, so Matthew says, so I have planted tanks. When I buy new fish, I want to medicate them, but I don't have a quarantine tank. Is it safe to use the co-op trio meds with plants? Yes, I've used it many times with plants. Many times. I've also used salt with plants, but I wouldn't recommend that for a beginner, or even, I would say if you're going to do salt in a planted tank, definitely make sure you know what you're doing. Be experienced. I wouldn't recommend it for a beginner. But yeah, the triple med, I've ran through all kinds of plants, and there's some that like will melt back a little bit, like the super sensitive plants, but they always rebound, right? You only have the meds in the water for 24 to 48 hours. They'll always rebound. Bob Vance says, I heard there was a stream going on. I don't care what you're on. Your name is Bob Vance. So there you go. I heard there was a stream going on. There sure is. Zen says, I was getting closer on the guesses, but someone figured it out before I got there. Yeah, anyone who guessed Chilothrina, right? Like, you want to know what gives it away for Chilothrina is the bars. The vertical bars on the lower half. That's pretty standard for a Chilothrina. You can find it in some Melanotaenias, like very few, but definitely the vertical bars on the bottom half of the body there. And the fact that the bottom half, right, there's that horizontal line where the bottom half isn't as colored up as the top half. That's pretty specific to Chilothrina as well. So there you go. Oh wait, was I not showing that? Here, there you go. No, where is it at? Now am I showing it? There you go. Let's do that again. The vertical bars. All this is really small. I can't really. Can I blow this up a little? Whoop. That's a little better. So, like I said, the vertical bars on the bottom, the horizontal separating the kind of drab color of the bottom half to the obviously a beautiful color of the top half. And chilothrina's tend to be more torpedo shape. So, there you go. Oh, get my chat back. There we go. Nathan says, I definitely have been looking at and thinking about getting into rainbows, but will probably wait until I get another bigger tank. Thanks. Yeah, it's such a huge difference. And that goes with any schooling fish, really. Jeff says, Bob, what rainbows and how many for a 55? Experience, but new to rainbows. Thank you. Love the streams. Jeff, a 55-gallon is good enough for any rainbow. What you have to decide is, basically, when I recommend rainbow, I say, what's your favorite color? You got a 4-foot tank. You can do any rainbow fish you want. What's your favorite color? And then I'll match you up with a rainbow that's that color. You can seriously get a rainbow fish in just about any color now. Thanks to people like Dan's Fish. 5 years ago, you know, you had your turquoise, you had your yellow. Those were kind of the main two, like Bosemani's or your yellow. So like yellow and blue was kind of your limitation, with obviously some exceptions. But now really you can get just about any color you want. Would black tiger Dario eat bloodworms? You probably have to chop them up, but yeah, they should. They should. I actually had really good success with transitioning them to pellet foods, the extreme pellets. My black tiger Darios ate those pellets, which was pretty nice. But still, I would always recommend like live or frozen for them. Stream so nice, I liked it twice. All right. How about threadfin rainbows for a 20 long? Oh, so that's a good suggestion. So there's a couple different threadfin species, but I feel like all of them would do all right. They're not really, threadfin rainbows are not really like a fast schooling fish. So yeah, absolutely I would do threadfins. Hey, so are threadfins real rainbows? I know not everyone thinks the same, but what's the general consensus? In my opinion, they are. They're like pseudomagills. People are like, pseudomagills are not rainbows. Madagascar rainbows are not rainbows. But, you know, the people can say that. In my book, they're all rainbows. Like, I'm very accepting of my rainbow community. Everyone's, well, you know, Oscars are not welcome in my rainbow fish community. But definitely like pseudomagills, Madagascar, threadfins, the whatever. I'm drawing a blank, but it starts with a T. You'll see them in the video. I also cluster those in there with rainbows. But I'm not like one of those hardcore rainbow people, like the purist. Which, you know, if you're that way, that's fine. I'm not. Crazy thing, my tiger nearite in my 5-gallon had babies. They're growing, which is great, but it's a first for me. They're supposed to not breed in fresh water. Are you sure they're nearite and not a different style? Because if they are nearites, then you're probably the first person ever to breed them in fresh water. Will Bob be at Triple Crown? Bob will not be. It is not in the budget this year. I did try to find some sponsors to pay for me to go out there. I was failed miserably, which I expected, right? Like, who am I? But it was like the only way I would be able to go is if someone else will. And didn't really work out that well for me, which I expected. It's all right. So no, I will not be there. The only other show I'm going to this year will be Fishtoberfest in Portland, which is like October 8th or 9th-ish. Whatever weekend is closer to those dates. I should probably look. Let's see. It's only like 4 months away, 3-4 months away. Yeah, 8th and 9th is a 2-day event. Saturday and Sunday, I'll be going down on a Friday and coming back on Sunday. Last year it was a 1-day event and there was no auction. This year it's a 2-day event and there is an auction, so it's going to be even way more fun this time. I don't know if they're doing the raffles again, but they raffled off all kinds of crap well, it's not crap, but you know what I mean. All kinds of stuff, I guess, last year, and it's just a lot. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it because it's not like an aquatic experience or an aquashella. Now, to be fair, I've never been to an aquashella. But Aquatic Experience is definitely a trade show, not a fish show. And I feel like Aquashella, just from seeing the video, kind of goes more towards like a trade show vibe, or somewhere like in the middle. Whereas Fishtoberfest, it's like really like just, it's really about just fish and nerding out on fish. And you can actually buy fish. There's a crazy selection. So Portland has a lot of rare fish breeders, fish that you don't see like anywhere else. So last year I came home with a pistos that I'd never even heard of before. That I still have them in my 125. They're doing well, and yeah, you never know what you're gonna find there. It's like a hub of like rare fish and rare fish breeders. I want to do that in Fishtoberfest. It's between that and Aquashella. Here's my opinion. There's 3 Aquashellas, so they are on the same weekend, but there's 3 Aquashellas a year. There's only one Fishtoberfest. Like, if you want to go to Aquashella, go to one of the other ones. I don't know. Like, I've never been to an Aquashella. I'm hoping to go next year, finally. So we'll see. I'm not trying to, you know, say anything bad about Aquashella, but like, you can definitely go. I mean, granted, you have the funds and everything, but in vacation time and all that stuff. I want to do that for Oktoberfest. Oh, so yeah. Plus, it's probably a lot cheaper for you, Leo, to go to Portland than it is to, I don't even know where it is. Chicago, maybe? I'm also not a fan of, well, anyways, that's what I'll say. Ginger Grumble with the $10 super chat says, are we remembering to hit the like? Yeah, let's hit that like button. I'm going to do it right now. Right? Meow. What would be the best filtration to use on a tank? The filter box sits inside the tank. I hate it and want to remove it. Best is pretty subjective. My favorite filters are just sponge filters. If I had to list my favorite filters out of like the 4 main ones, it would be sponge, pump, hang on back, and then canister. So if you don't, can you guys hear my quail are just chirping? If you don't want something in the tank, then I would probably do like a small canister or a small hang. There's some nano like hang on backs. Actually, I would definitely do a hang on back before a canister filter. What am I talking about? So yeah, if you don't want the sponge filter in there, yeah, do like a small hang on back. I think Phoenix makes a really small one. I might be wrong. Maybe it's Aquatop. I'm not sure. Bob, the influencer. Matthew learned that I don't like being called an influencer in the last stream, so now I'm getting trolled. Yeah. Anyways, oh yeah. So we need just 8 more likes. That's all. We can get 8 more likes, right? Leo says I'm doing the Fishtoberfest for sure. Then it's like a 9 to 10 hour drive. Oof. That's a nice drive though. Like, actually, do you get any time on the what is the 105 or whatever that highway is that goes up and down the California coast? I've driven that once and it's really nice. Want to talk about honey gourami? They are pretty cool. One of the first fish I wanted but never got some. So the honey gourami is actually the fish in my thumbnail. It's the red. Hey! Calm down. That's the red. The red honey gourami is in the thumbnail there. Oh, I just now got my gifted membership from last stream. No, you got it this stream, buddy. I think it was maybe Tiffany or Pam you got it from. You might have been AFK, but it happened this stream. Now you're a part of the cult. You're one of the you're part of the cult. Is there anything you want to know about honey gouramis? I've spent a fair amount of time with honey gouramis. They're my favorite gourami. Super peaceful. Super easy to keep. Yeah, I get the coast drive. Nice. That's probably worth it then. That's probably worth it. I believe I have a standard 20. Got it as a gift for Christmas. It's a top fin kit. It was made towards towards the neon fish. Anyways, the next tank I need fish for planted. Ginger Graves, 36 months. Thank you so much. Hello, hello, hello. Look at that. More than 2 years. That's 3 years on the Dream Team. Ginger, thank you so much. It is great to see you. Yep, definitely a tiger nearite, not pest. Primetime Aquatics said they've heard it happen before. That's the first time I've ever heard of it. That's pretty awesome. Maybe they've just been in freshwater now, and the freshwater hobby so long that they've finally adapted to being able to hatch out their eggs. How does one get a free membership? Well, someone else has to pay for it, and then it's just the luck of the draw, my friend. I don't know. You do have to make sure that you're able to accept gifts on my channel, which apparently you click on that green icon on top that says 20. You should be able to click on that if you're on a desktop computer and say allow gifts. It doesn't work for me, but apparently that's how to do it. Wow, 3 years. It said 24 months before I posted it. Well, free year. You got a free year. I'm pretty sure it's 36 months, though, because I was looking the other day on who's about to hit the... It's technically... You're not at the 3-year mark, but you're in the 36th month. So at some point here, probably in the next week or two, it'll click over. Whew. 3 years. Aquarium Metrics Kyle says, what do you think of the Ranger plecos? Thinking of getting them a few to join my Queen Arabesque, Mini Snowball, and Ocelot. I love the Ranger pleco. To be fair, I've never kept it, but I am fairly familiar with it, and it should do just fine. I mean, as long as you're not packing all those in like a 10-gallon tank or something. But yeah, absolutely, it's awesome. I saw them this weekend, and I almost brought one home, but I would need. It's hard for me now to buy just one. I need at least a pair, and I didn't want to take them. Plus, I don't really have a tank for them right now. But I was so close. What was it? I was a couple plecos I was looking at buying from Dan, and it was the Ranger, and I think it was the Mini Snowball, like 471. I'm probably wrong. Let me look. Whatever the Mini Snowball, I don't remember offhand the exact L number. Let me see if I can find it. These are Corridoras. What else? Plecos. Here we go. Yeah, L471 Mini Snowball pleco. I'm gonna tell you right now, those Mini Snowball plecos look really good in person. Oh, I guess I can just show you. We have the technology, although I just clicked on auto synkless. Which these also look good. It's the first time I've seen these in person. But this right here. Here's a better photo, I think. But yeah, these guys here look absolutely amazing. They stay small, 2.5, 3 inches, and yeah, that's in my opinion that's a good price on them too, $69.99. But anyways, here comes Alexander swinging in hard again. Alexander, buddy, thank you so much. Holy smokes. Ken, I know I've never seen the allow button. I've been told it has to be in a web browser on a desktop. I've been told it works with Android. I've been told it works with Apple. I've been told it doesn't work on any of those. I don't know. But I think we're close to almost everyone being a member in here now. It's crazy. Holy smokes. Thank you so much, Eagle-hearted. Pretty sure you just give everyone watching a membership. Yeah, literally gifted 100 last week and 40 this week. That is insane. Johnny says the L471s and the L260s look amazing as far as black and white plecos go. I mean, honestly, don't mean to split hairs, but I would say the L260 is more gray. But, I mean, we're really, like, splitting hairs there. Dan's Fish is amazing, but I can't order from anyone in Canada that is similar. There's no one similar. At least in this continent. I'm sure you could probably get that. I don't know. I mean, the quality of fish, I'm sure, is probably out there, like in Europe, but just the overall quality, I don't know if you could find that anywhere between like the facility, the employees, and the fish. As far as like the total package, I'm sure he probably has everyone beat. Carlos says, when I build a fish room, I want to have 3 40 gallons on display. I want one of them to be a puffer tank. What is a good puffer I can put in it for, I'm going to tell you right now, the spotted Congo puffer is probably going to be a really good one. If it's species only, I would actually do a hairy puffer, just because of how gnarly they look. But a hairy puffer will kill anything else you put in the aquarium. Maybe I should finish reading the comment. I can put in it for another one. I want a community tank. Okay. Yeah, so if it's just a single puffer, it's like a, see? Some people figured out how to do it. If it's a single puffer, I would try to find a hairy puffer because I think it is the best looking puffer, hands down, as far as freshwater puffers go. I go downstairs to let my kid feel my fish. Why are they feeling your fish? That's kind of weird. And you get eagle-hearted again. Yes, feed. Feed your fish. There you go. Oh, man. Blue Water Jim says, looking for CW111 if anyone knows where to find them. Trying to find 6 or 8 of them. Starting to think unicorns are more common. They have a great 90-gallon waiting on them. So, Blue Water Jim, the CW11, I actually specifically asked Dan about. Like, have you ever seen this on your list? And he said one time, and wholesale was around, well, I don't know if I can say it, but I'm going to say it. I'm sorry, Dan, if I'm not supposed to say it. But wholesale price on them was $600. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the markup on fish is pretty significant. So, I mean, you're probably going to be paying about $1,000 a fish on a CW111, which is crazy because I think they're only like $100 in Europe. And they're way more common. But here, not so much. I saw some on Aquabid a few months ago, and they were over $1,000. I don't remember. I don't exactly remember how much. I mean, maybe they're still on there. Let me look. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying that. I apologize, Dan. Let's see. Corridoras. There we go. Control find 111. Nope, none on here. Well, I could just tell by the price. Nope, not seen any. Wait, $249. What are these? Wow. Wow, look at this. This is... I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to show it to you. Well, kind of. I guess I did kind of screw up my thing here. Look at this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but if I scroll over here, where is it at? Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. But anyways, you see this $249 right here? It is for $250. You get, where'd it go? $250. You get 6 albino Corys. 6. Yeah, right here. Where's it at? Ah, lost it. Albino Corridoras, group of 6. $250. You can buy those for like $2 at PetSmart. That's all I'm going to say about that. Mains, Tails, Ferns, and Fins. 13 months. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. How are y'all? Y'all are doing good. As far as my part of y'all. My part of the y'all is doing good. Bob, you ever kept those red-eye puffers? So the red-eye red-tail puffer was one I wanted to bring home, but he sold out. I think he sold out like the night we live streamed, and he had quite a few of them. So that was a really good stream. I'm so glad. What else we got going on? Thanks, Alexander. Thanks. If you had space, I would want the Fly River Turtle or a Mabu puffer. Carlos, if I had the space. Fly River Turtle or Mabu puffer. I would go with a Fly River just because of the rarity. Like, it's way harder to get a Fly River Turtle than a Mabu puffer, but it's definitely going to require some space. Would a couple African dwarf frogs be okay in a planted 40 community with dwarf gouramis, cardinals, peacock gudgeon, and hillstream loaches? Let's see. So the African dwarf frogs pretty much feed on bloodworms only. Is there anything there that would have trouble with that? I think you'd be okay. I had no clue they were that much in the States. Yeah. Blue water gym, like that is my holy grail Corydora. I look ever so much. I even like, I think like 2 years ago, I messaged Rachel O'Leary because she knows like everyone and everything, right? And I was like, where can I get this fish? She's like, I have a couple ideas, and she put out some feelers for me, but nope, never found them. It is crazy how rare that fish is here. I feel like you spend more on a fish the faster it dies. Wait, what? I gotta read that again. Where's that at? I feel like the more you spend on a fish, the faster it dies. Maybe you just had bad luck. I don't know that that's necessarily true. I think what happens is people get more nervous when they spend more on fish and probably spend too much time in their tank. Like if someone goes and buys a bushy nose pleco, you know, you just throw it in your aquarium and you kind of like leave it alone, right? But then if you go and spend like $400 on a pleco, like an L236 super white, I think people are at that point like, wow, I really gotta like pay attention to this aquarium, and I think they do too much, and I think they make the price of the fish, I think, plays too big of a role psychologically in their mind, and I think you can really cause a lot of harm when really a hypencistrus is just as easy to take care of as an ancistrus. You should really just be throwing it in this thing, like, right? I mean, as long as your tank is cycled, especially if your tank's been up for a year or two, don't let the cost of the fish make you nervous, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Just let them be. How many panacories can I keep in a 20 gallon with a simple sponge filter, like a 20 long or a 20 tall? I think a 20 long would be better. But you could probably do like 6 or 8. I like how you were just chilling in the of Dan's hiring video. Oh, was that playing? How is that playing? Is it? I'm confused. Where is it playing? I don't have any thing of Dan's fish open. Well, whatever. Dan's fish is hiring. I guess if it was playing in the background. Copyright strike. Have you kept your bread long? I'm guessing you're saying long fin bristlenose plecos. I'm looking to get some in a pair for my next tank. Yeah, they're super easy. They're not any harder. Yeah, I was gifted a membership. Don't really know how that works, but thanks. Secret Santa. It was actually Alexander Eagleheart, or I guess it could have been Pam or Tiffany. But yeah, there's you basically just go to my channel. There's a playlist of members videos, and that's what's there. Also, we stream an hour before this stream every Monday for members only. I think he meant that you were just there. Was I? Oh, no. Okay, I get it. So, Curtis says, I like how you were just chilling in the background of Dan's hiring video. So, Dan posted a video that he's hiring, and I'm just sitting in the background. Now, yeah, I totally forgot about that. Completely forgot. Yes. I'm going to see if I can pull it up now, because I totally forgot. Let's see if I can pull it up. I was like, I wonder if he's going to turn around, because he was doing it like this way, and then he turns around, and I'm like, all right, there I am. Let's see. I think it's kind of funny. I haven't watched it yet. I got the notification, but too many chores to do today. You're gone for a week, and there's so many things to catch up on. Okay. I'll probably get copyright struck by Dan, but whatever. I got the sound off, so maybe I won't get copyrighted. Let's hope. We're hiring at Dan's Fish, and he's showing. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm just thinking, he's going to show me. He's going to show me. Ah, and there I am, just sitting in the background. I think I was waiting for, like, the mic to charge or my camera to charge. But, yeah. Did you miss it? there I am. I'm just like staring. I'm like, I was trying to be as awkward as possible. Oh man, that was so fun. I could hang out there like all day, every day. Is that it? Is that it? Is that the last time? Look at this. Like, where is it at? Where is it at here? Watch. Look, I'm just staring at him. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Oh man. All right. Copyright strike, totally worth it. Psycho with the $20 donation says, thanks for the membership. No, thank you, Psycho. I appreciate it so much. Furlow's like, hey, what's going on, Eric? Good to see you, buddy. I've seen Mr. Alexander over on Everyday Fish Keeping making it rain. Huge supporter of the fish fam. I got my black Corys and longfin super red and blue shrimp in 13. I'm 13. So this will be in wait. Let me just start over. So Carlos says I got my black Corys and longfin super red and blue shrimp. I'm 13, so this will be in a way my job. I want to breed them and afford a fish room. Well, my friend, that is the dream. Shrimp sell really well, longfin sell really well, and black Corys sell really well. So you pick some good fish. All right, Bob, those L397s are just amazing from Dan's, and colors look amazing. I agree. Bob is infamous in Dan's channel. Bob, you got a tan going? I do. I have spent a lot of time outside lately. Yes, Creeper. I was just sitting there like this. I didn't know what to do. I was just trying to. I couldn't think of anything off the top to do this funny, so I was like, I'm just gonna sit and stare. Oh man, it's just like a Sasquatch sighting. Did anyone actually comment? I didn't look. Let's see. Oh man, how many comments are there already? Holy smokes. I doubt anyone commented. Oh, yep. I spy with my little eye a bob. Then Rocky Fish says, you see a Bob Kaler? No, the other Bob. Oh, man. It was such a fun time. I can't say it enough. Matthew says, a weird question, but does the lily pads from Dwarf Aquarium Lily add more CO2 to the water? No. If anything, it's going to take CO2 out of the water. Can I put 10 white cloud minnows in a 5-gallon Marco Polo? I would not. That's a bit small. A lot of times when you see white cloud minnows, like at your LFS, they're really small, but they actually get a pretty decent size. I mean, I'm only talking like an inch, but they get bodied. Excuse me. And 5 gallons is just not that much room for 10 of them. They're a schooling fish. They like to swim around, and they probably wouldn't be too happy in that small space. Howdy, stopping in Memphis halfway to Triple Crown. Awesome. I'm jealous. Stephen P. Thank you so much for the 9 months. And yeah, I really wish I could go. And honestly, I'm going to be looking on like on probably Thursday for like to see if there's like super discounted like airfare. Like maybe there's a plane that didn't sell like half their tickets, so they're discounted. I'm not hopeful because usually those same day discounts are to places you would never want to go. So if I can find a super cheap ticket, like the day of, I will be there, but I don't have high hopes. Like I'll just sleep on the street. I don't even care about a hotel room. Kurt Schindler with the $1 super chat. Thank you. Blue Water Jim says, what is a good setup for an outdoor shrimp tub? All I did was fill it with water. That's it. I put some wood in there too so they have something to graze on. I just prefer wood over rock. But yeah, that's it. It's really so easy. Honestly, it's so easy that want to do it anymore, because at the end of the season, like trying to remove thousands of shrimp out of a tub is just not fun for me. So I don't do shrimp outside anymore for that reason, because it takes forever. And I'm one of those people, like, if there's like some small little shrimplet in there, like I gotta save it. Like I can't let it die. I'm there for hours. I'm scooping out every snail, and you know, say what you will about me, that's just the way I am. Regina Phalanges, hello, says white clouds are really active. I agree. Where should I sell my fish? Aquabid, or should I make a website? Should I sell locally? I would, one, try to sell to like an LFS, if you're okay with like wholesale pricing. If you can get like a good relationship with your LFS, it's easy to just take in like 100 fish and drop them off. I would try to avoid shipping at all costs, because it's not very fun to deal with losses in UPS or FedEx or USPS. That dealing with shipping and shipping issues is kind of a whole separate thing. So if you can find someone local, somewhere locally, I would do that. I would also, if it does come to selling online, I would use Aquabid or Get Gills over starting your own website, because there's no cost to Aquabid or Get Gills. So yeah, if you're just starting and you're actually trying to be profitable, make some money, then the goal is to have the least amount of expenses. So paying for, you know, web hosting and all that stuff. Why do that when there's already websites out there where you can list fish for free and they don't take a commission? So there, that's my little spiel. Oh, you said outdoor brine shrimp tub. I apologize. What is a good setup for an outdoor brine shrimp tub? So I've done this. I did this last year. I wanted to do it this year, but I ran out of tubs. And honestly, same thing. I just filled it up with water. I made sure to put it in a shaded area so it didn't get really hot, and it worked out really well for me. There was like leaves and all kinds of stuff that like fell into the water, and they really enjoyed that. But honestly, just fill it with water, put in some salt. You don't even have to worry about like a specific salinity, because brine shrimp, they'll hatch and grow in all sorts of different salinities. So you don't have to be out there with your refractometer trying to get like perfect saltwater parameters, which is nice. So it makes it real easy. But yeah, that's all I had when in my brine shrimp was water, obviously, and then leaves that had fallen in and decayed over time. I had nothing else in there. LFS equals local fish store. Yes, I apologize if you don't know, if we're not aware. LFS means your local fish store. So not like your Petco or PetSmart, or not the big chain stores, but like the Ma and Pa, you know, those guys, if you have one. I feel like white clouds need 10-gallon or bigger. Yeah, I don't even enjoy them in 10 gallons. Like I am all about bigger the better, always. Usually when people ask me like, what tank size should I get for this fish, I say, well, how much money do you have? Get the largest tank you can afford, because it is a huge difference when you have, like, if you go back on my channel, like you'll see my 125 gallon where I only use nano fish, and their behavior is just vastly different than even like a 20-gallon tank, which they'll do just fine in, right? There's lots of nano fish that'll do well in 10, 20 gallons, but you put them in a big tank and their behavior is just way different. It's crazy. Zen Ginger says, no, to do all the scammy stuff on Aquabid, know that you're going to have to start slow and build a name and a reputation before you get too many sales. It's iffy there at best. Yeah, being a buyer on Aquabid, you really have to do your due diligence to not get scammed. So it does make it a little harder for new sellers. So just keep that in mind as well. There's not so much, if you go to like Get Gills, I haven't really heard of getting scammed. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I haven't heard of it happening there. Aquabid makes it really easy to create your own account, and because they're not involved in the transaction, you can basically create a seller account, and then you can just create other accounts and buy your own auctions with it, because there's no money taking place, right? It's just, hey, Aquabid thinks this auction sold, and then they'll leave themselves a 5-star review, And you do that 20, 25 times, and now you have like 20, 25 views, and you go and list this fish for sale for like $400, and someone looks and they're like, hey, look at that, this guy has all 5-star reviews. That's all right. That's pretty good. You send $400, you know, and you never hear from him again. So Aquabid makes it way too easy to scam people out of their money. That's why I really don't even use it anymore. I have a spare 5-gallon looking for ideas. The only thing I would put in a 5-gallon is shrimp. Personal, just my personal preference. I mean, there's lots of, I wouldn't say lots, but you could do like pygmy sunfish. You can do the Heterandria formosa, which is the world's smallest live bear. You could do, but just not my style. I would only do shrimp. Matthew says, in my eyes, you should have way more subscribers. Well, thank you. Heck, you even had the icon Corey on your show. You would think that would help out. I'm sure I got a pretty good boost from that. The problem is my really slowed down in the last year, just because of the moving and all kinds of stuff I won't get into. But yeah, I say we, but I am ramping it back up. Got a lot of videos coming up, got a lot of videos scheduled and planned, so you're about to get bombarded. Kind of like I was uploading shorts like every single day. I'm going to do that with videos here pretty soon too. Not every single day, but definitely more than once, like every 3 months for sure. Jeffrey says, my white clouds males are showing awesome fin colors in my 20 long. See, that would be like my minimum for a white cloud, would be like 20 long. But again, I'm a huge fan of large tanks, no matter what size fish or what size the fish is. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. 310 Aquatics says, I just picked up some Parkinsoni rainbow, 1 male and 3 females. Anything special in breeding them compared to other rainbows? Not at all. Have only been a dwarf rainbows. I bred my Parkinsonis a long time ago in a 20 long. I know. I just said large tanks, but breeding is separate, okay? So I kept my Parkinsonis at 125. When I wanted to spawn them, I would move them into my 20 long. I'd throw in a mop, and I would just throw in a ton of live and frozen food. And within a couple days, you pretty much get eggs. And then I would take the adults out, throw them back in my 125, and then just let the eggs hatch out in the 20 long. That's pretty much how I do all my rainbows. At TJ Snyder, there's not much going on in the fish room right now. I'm still in the process of tearing down. But yeah, you'll get a small update when I get my order from Dan's Fish. I did get fish while I was there. I didn't bring them home because I wanted to have them shipped. So I paid to have them shipped to me just so I can do an unboxing video. And I didn't want to take them on the airplane anyways. I've never taken fish on an airplane, and I didn't want to try it with expensive fish that I got. Like, I wasn't willing to gamble it. So I paid for shipping. And they'll be here. I think he's going to ship them out when he gets back from the quadruple crown, and so probably in not next week, but the week after, I think, which is perfect. Which means they'll arrive on my birthday, so it's like a little birthday gift to myself. No way, Bob's going to put out a video. Yeah, I'm putting out a Tetra video Wednesday. And then I hope to have the tour video of Dan's Fish Warehouse done for the weekend. And it's going to be like an hour long. It's at least. I'm trying to get it to an hour, but there was 500 tanks there with some really cool fish. So, isn't Dean moving? I'm not sure. Hey Bob, what's some good subtropical fish species with a temp range of 50 to 70? Thanks. Well, Randy, do you have like a style like Corridoras? There's some Corridoras you can use, like the peppered Corridoras. I love putting peppered Corridoras outside because they can do the cooler temperatures. There's some rainbows, like the Radinocentris rainbows can go that low. I mean, there's some tetras that can go that low, like the Buenos Aires tetras. Those ones are really cool. I had those outside in like 30-degree weather. It took like 4 days of the tub being frozen over before they didn't make it. So Buenos Aires tetras can go really cold. Really anything from that region is going to be able to handle those cooler temperatures. You know, white cloud minnows, mosquito fish. Really almost any new rare fish hints? There's so many. There's so many. There's gonna be fish you've never heard of. There's gonna be fish you've never seen. Yeah, I'll watch an hour plus of Dan's fish tour. Yeah, there's so and well, and he knows like so much about all the fish too. So there, it's not only the fish cool, but you actually get a lot of knowledge and you'll learn something. So I'm not someone that likes to do like 2-part videos. So like, here's part 1. Wait 2 weeks for part 2. So it's gonna be one long video, and then you can just watch it at your own pace. You don't have to wait. Like, I hate that Netflix and all these streaming services that used to release like a whole season at once are now like, here's a quarter of the season, and make sure you're still subscribed next month, and you'll be able to watch the next couple episodes. I don't like that. Do you know when Dan's Fish will have Rasboras back in stock? I think they only have copper harlequins and dwarf Rasboras available currently. I did ask to be on a wait list, just curious. I'm not sure when he's getting his next order in, and I don't know what's going to be on the next order. I know there are other Rasboras in his warehouse right now going through quarantine, and you'll see those. I don't remember offhand. It'd be impossible for me to remember every fish in that warehouse because it's crazy. So I know there's some other species that are going through like quarantine, and they'll be listed soon. If you tell me what ones you're on the wait list for, I might remember if he has them or not. But offhand, there was a couple micro Rasboras in the warehouse that are not on the website, I believe. So yeah. So how would I breed Venezuelan black Corys? I've done cold water changes and fed them blackworms and bloodworms and still nothing. Feed them more. I love doing blackworms with Corydoras because they'll live in the aquarium with them, and they won't like stagnate the water, and they won't ruin your water quality. But honestly, I would put in so many blackworms that it was like just like this. It looked like the substrate was it was a blackworm substrate. When you think you've put in enough food, double it. Just double it. And you have to, when you're feeding that much, you have to keep up on the water change. So it's not like I'm changing the water on a Sunday and I'm feeding them all week. It's like every single day you have to do the water change when you're feeding them that much. So, and make sure when you're doing the water change, so if you're keeping the water in your aquarium at like 78, make sure you're doing a water change and the temperature is like 70, right? You want a cooler water change, definitely not warmer. And if you can actually time it to where it's, let's like next week, you know you're gonna have this really bad rainstorm. If you can time it to that and do your water changes, that actually works too. Yes, the streaming slow release sucks. I don't have a guide and a DVR to record them. Now they want me to remember. Yeah, it's just like the whole reason I feel, well, one of the reasons I'm still going off on a tangent here, but one of the reasons that streamers were so successful is because you didn't have to wait every single week for a new episode. Like, I hated that. That was the worst. Like, oh man, I have to wait a whole nother week for the next episode of The Shield. Oh, this is like early 2000s, but it was the worst. And then Netflix come along and it's like, boom, all 10 episodes right there. And I could just binge them all night long. I mean, that was great. Like, it was awesome. Having to wait makes me lose enthusiasm for the show. It does. So, like, when Stranger Things came out, right? They did what, like the first, I don't know, 8 episodes? And as soon as they came out, I binge watched all 8 of them. And then I was like, what? I didn't know that it was broken up, and I was so mad. And then when the final 2 episodes came out, I was just like, I don't even care anymore. Like, I'm over it. Like, the excitement is there and gone. I think I waited like a month before I watched it. And the only reason I even watched it is because Jimmy was like, you got to watch it. It's so good. But I didn't even care anymore. Like, the excitement was over. So I didn't even want to watch it. But that's just me. I realize not everyone's like that. Any tank set back up after the move, Bob? Still have all the chickens going on. I have the chickens. I got quail now. I'm looking for another bird that I'm not going to say until I can actually find it. but it's going to be pretty awesome. I've got two 125 tanks set up. One of them is on my channel. You can find a video of it. The other one is just like a hodgepodge where I just threw all the fish. So it's really nothing special. And I've got 320 longs set up with no fish. Those are, I got 3 different species from Dan's Fish. So I got those set up and waiting. And then I have a 40-gallon breeder that has my L264s and my L397s. And then I have one more 40 breeder that I actually tried to take down, but I couldn't because there's fry in it. And that was my trout goodeids. So I moved my trout goodeids outside, and then I noticed there was little tiny fry swimming around, and I was like, oh, well, now I can't take down this tank. So once they're probably about like a half inch or 3/4 of an inch, then I'll scoop those out and put them outside and take down that tank as well. Bob's gonna get a peacock. No, I mean, we actually have them. They're pretty common in Washington, and I've actually seen them come on my property before, and I'm just like they're obviously not native, but people keep them as pets. And there's this park that's about 30 miles south of me that has like just 100 of them that roam wild. So of course they breed and they leave, and so every once in a while you'll see a random peacock just strolling around up here. Actually, one of the other birds I'm probably going to pick up next week is the it's a pheasant. I don't know why I'm drawing a now. Oh my gosh, it's going to bug me. Just drawing a blank. The golden pheasant, a yellow golden pheasant, which in my opinion is one of the most beautiful birds in the world. I'm hoping to pick up these next week, and if you don't know what those are, I'm about to show you because you should know what they are. Where's that? Here we go. There you go. In my opinion, like I said, one of the most beautiful birds out there. I mean, look at that bird. Is that crazy? Oh, why is this? It's so small. It's so small. Hopefully this works. Well, that's a little bigger, right? Does that look a little bigger? There you go. Tell me that's not one of the most beautiful birds in the world. Hopefully picking these up next week. Just one pair, so it's going to take me a while. They're pretty expensive. But yeah, just one pair. And, you know, hopefully get about a dozen of them the first year they start laying eggs to hatch out. So this is I've already talked about this. I'm getting these, but the one bird I don't want to say until I actually get it, because I don't want to jinx it. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. So, yay, those are super pretty. Yeah, they're amazing. I love pheasants. There's so many cool pheasants, like the Lady Amherst pheasant, silver pheasants, even just a ringneck pheasant. Doesn't even nearly compare to these pheasants, but still, you know, good looking bird in its own right. They need a lot. I've actually kept them in the past. I've kept the red goldens. I've kept Lady Amherst. Impian pheasants I've kept before, which if you've never seen an Impian pheasant, again, amazing. So yeah, I'm pretty well versed when it comes to pheasants and quails. I've kept Whites, Valleys, California, Blue Scale. What's the small one? Button quail. Now I have we must be in the second hour because my brain is fried. Oh my gosh, I forget. Someone will say. But anyways, there's a lot of exotic pheasants, and yes, they can range from 150 to 300. Oh, way more than 300. Like, they can get up there. Golden pheasants are gorgeous birds. What breeds of chickens do you have, Bob? I gotta say, I'm not much of a chicken person. As long as they lay eggs when it comes to chickens, that's all I care about. I have like probably like 6 different. I'm the worst when it comes to chickens. Like I don't even care. Honestly, as long as they lay eggs, I feel bad. I'll admit it. I'm the worst when it comes to the chickens, but I want some Mern's quail. Oh, yeah, those are nice. Definitely nice. Cortnix quail, that's it. So I've got If you hear like random chirping in the background, it's because I have Cortnix quail chicks in my fish room that I hatched out, and since it's warm in my fish room, it's perfect for them. That's the random chirping. We heard it a lot last week and the week before, but they're kind of big now, so they don't chirp as much. And then the snowflake bob whites I have as well. I love to keep partridges. Yeah, I want to find some grouse, but grouse are like $1,500. It's ridiculous. So I don't see that ever happening. But I would love to get some grouse. Matthew with the $20. Thank you, buddy. Sorry if I just yelled, but I was a little excited. My dwarf aquarium literally exploded within 2 weeks. That sounds about right. And takes up half my 29. I have other plants that I have had for months. They are still green but barely growing. I dose often and add equilibrium with water changes. So dwarf aquarium lily, that's what it does. Like in almost any tank, it'll just explode. Like it really doesn't care. It's like the honey badger of plants. What you have to do as far as the ones that are barely growing, that's when you have to like get out your science kit and do some testing and figure out what's going on. And it's different for every plant. There's definitely some generalities when it comes like, okay, if it's missing all the bottom leaves and there's not enough light, if you're getting little like brown pinholes and maybe you need some more phosphate. I mean, so there's definitely some generalities that work there that you can troubleshoot, but it really is a game of, are my lights on 10 hours a day? Maybe they only need to be on for 6, or vice versa. Maybe I'm dosing too much. Maybe I'm not dosing enough. A lot of people make the mistake of, my plants are not growing, I need more ferts and more ferts, and all that does is cause more of an imbalance when usually it's less fertilizers that you need. What do I do with all the baby birds? I only hatch out like what I need to sustain, like because I eat the quail eggs. That's the goal there, is to eat the quail eggs. So as long as I'm getting enough eggs to feed me and my dogs, that's it. The Cortnix quail, I'm estimating that I'll probably need about 40 or 50 females, obviously. And then, obviously they age out. They don't, a quail that would lay an egg every day is now only laying every 7 days. So got to hatch more out to replace the older ones. So it's always a game. So I just don't hatch them out to hatch, and to have like a million of them. And I don't really sell them. So, yeah, anyways, hope that made sense. Never got to keep grouse, couldn't afford them, and ruffed were a native species and illegal to keep for me. Yeah, ruffed grouse are here. I think we probably have like every species of grouse in Washington State. So it is, the only way I can keep them is if I buy them out of state and bring them in state. I can't just go up in the mountains and take them, obviously. I mean, I wouldn't do that anyways. Silver Creek Aquarius says, fun facts, quail eggs do not carry salmonella. That is true. Also, if you are allergic to chicken and chicken eggs, you can have quail eggs and not have to worry about allergies. So there's another fun fact. Quail have really good feed to meat conversion. Yeah, and the Cortnix quail are the best. And but I don't, they're the best like meat, the meat quail, like whatever, like if you go to a restaurant and you're eating quail meat, it's a Cortnix quail. I don't eat mine. I just let them be. I don't need to eat their meat. So if we're like in a, crap hits the fan situation and the world is shut down, then yeah, I'm gonna be eating some quail. But quail meat is much more nutrient dense than chicken. So just like the quail egg, way more nutrient dense. Stem plants versus rhizomes, light reaching them, 29 gallon is deep. Oh, wait. You're answering questions? Well, thank you. Bob needs some Polish chickens. I want the one, I can't remember what it is, but there is actually a chicken that laughs. That might even be what it's called. But have you ever seen that one? The one that actually like laughs? Like its crow sounds like it's laughing at you when it crows. A&Ms and jumbo whites. Well, the AMNs are those are just a type of Cortnix quail, which I have I have A&Ms mixed with my Cortnix quail because it's the same thing. They're just A&Ms are like line bred for their size. So I don't care about mixing them because I'm not selling them, so it doesn't matter. It's like mixing rainbow fish when they spawn. Like it doesn't matter if you're not selling them. If you're selling them, that's a big no-no. But if I ever have too many quail eggs, local restaurant, yeah, I'm not in like, I'm sure down in like Seattle, there's like those bougie restaurants that are selling quail egg or cooking quail eggs, but not in my neck of the woods. No one's, there's no restaurants here, right? It's like we got like a McDonald's and a Taco Time, in like chain restaurants, like a Red Robin, uh, is about 20 minutes away. There's none of these like fancy restaurants that will buy quail eggs. I could sell them on Craigslist if I get too many, but I'm a giant person and I have 3 giant dogs. Like I'm never gonna run out or have too many quail eggs. Not to mention if you I like to hard boil them and actually feed them to my fish as well. Anyways, what else we got going on here? In my area, there was lots of vineyards, and some folks keep flocks of secretariat birds, and they're territorial and will kill snakes. Same with like, if I had issues with like predators, which I don't because of my dogs, but if I didn't have dogs, I would get like guinea fowl, because a guinea fowl, again, a guinea fowl is like they don't care, they'll kill anything, they'll like sacrifice their life for your flock. They're absolutely insane, super psychotic birds that will. They have anger management problems. Let's just say that. Yeah, it's the Brahma chicken, right? That's the one that's really tall. I have had a Brahma, 2 Brahma roosters. About, it was such a long time ago. Anyways, dog's making noise. 503 Aquatics. Hello, hello, hello. The more secure they feel, the better. My quail are not laying right now. Like once they hit 90 degrees, they stop laying. And I don't know. Like I have no way to keep the temperature down, but they do not like this heat. For every inch of quail, they need 1 gallon of space. The inch per gallon rule. You did make me think about that for a second. I was like, what? You got me. You got me. I had to read that real slow. When does species or color morph hybridization become line breeding for preference, or do you believe only wild hybrids that develop over time and caught in mass count? When does species or color morph hybridization become line breeding for preference? Well, so the Texas A&M were line bred for preference, but I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. My brain is not computing that at all. Does not compute. Dust baths, Bob, absolutely. So I've taken, somehow I ended up with like 9 billion 5-gallon buckets, and so I go up about 5 and I just chop off the top, and then I fill like a halfway full of just play sand, which I like to use a play sand because they can use that as like their grit too, and they go crazy. Like the dust bath, I need to go taller, but then I'm worried that they won't be able to get like in and out, like they won't know what's inside if I make it taller. But even like at 5 inches, they kick that stuff out and it ends up all over the place, which I'm fine with. I mean, I don't care. 1 male, 5 females. That's a golden ratio. Yeah, I have 2 males and 8 females currently is what I started with. But I have it, and their pen is 5 feet wide by 9 feet long, which is kind of an odd size, but that's just what I had. So there's lots of room in there for them. Welcome to Steenfott Quail, the Steenfott Quail channel. Ginger Grumble with a $10 managery fund. Managery, jury fund. All right, thank you. I don't know what that is. Menagerie. I have a a fish, a fish comment. JD Parker says I have a new 75 and a friend wants to give me his baby blue Acara. What will I be getting into? Is it just one? Well, it depends on what else is in your 75. Probably not going to do well with like small nano fish. But if you have like a larger community tank, larger community species in your 75, you're gonna do just fine. The blue Acara will find like the little area of the tank to make his home, and that'll be his area. Well, like people don't want you hybridizing rainbows, but guppy folks do all the time, trying to create new lines. Oh, it's nothing like guppies. Think of it more like rainbows, like exactly like I said. Like if they it's hard to explain because it's not even hybridizing, right? It's just like they're line bred, whereas like you're actually hybridizing rainbows by mixing, different melanotaneous species, but the quail is the same species, just line bred for like the Texas A&M, or white, and they're larger. They were line bred to be that way, but they're still the same scientific bird as just a regular Cortnix quail. I don't know if I explained that very well, but did you get those fish you wanted when you visited Dan's fish? You know what? Let's talk about that. I'll show you what fish I'm getting. I did not get all the fish I want because I would need a Dan-size aquarium to get that many fish. But I'll show you guys what I'm getting. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier when I was talking about getting fish, but I'm getting this guy here. Let's head over to Firefox. A bar cheek goby. Hey, come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Congratulations, you found a way past the dog gate, but go back over there. Thank you, sir. All right, sorry about that. So I'm getting one male and 2 females of the bar cheek goby, which is a super awesome goby that supposedly, according to Seriously Fish, will breed in straight freshwater. So the way that most gobies work, and I learned this from Dan, is that they spawn in rivers or tributaries, and the eggs get carried out to sea. So now they're in, well, not like all the way out, but in brackish water, and then they hatch, and then they feed off of oh my gosh, again, my brain is fried. Plankton. So they feed off the plankton, and then once they're a certain size, they go back into freshwater. So the barcheek goby, again according to Seriously Fish, is actually able to go the whole life cycle in freshwater. So not only are they super amazing, and they look way better in person, like the gold, yellow, and the reds, they really stand out in person. And like, in my opinion, this is my favorite goby. Well, obviously, if I think it's my favorite, that's my opinion. Like, that was a stupid statement, but ay, ay, ay. Anyways, so I'm getting this guy here. Jiminy Christmas. And I'm getting some Skull Creek rainbows. This is the only rainbow I'm getting. The Melanotania suhuluensis Skull Creek. I think I got 10 of these, if I remember correctly. And let me show you what these look like when they're actually colored up. One of the best looking rainbows, I think. Go to DuckDuckGo this. Pull this one up here. Hopefully that's coming in. There we go. And just the black horizontal lines, the yellow and black fins. I absolutely love this rainbow fish. And that's, I have yet to keep this one, so I wanted to jump on it right away. So I got this guy here. And oh, sorry, I'm distracted by chat here. I guess I want to know why I can't make a turquoise Bosemani line and call it my own. Well, again, see, that's like the guppy people, right? Where they throw in all these guppies and they have one weird color, and like now they're like, oh, I made this yellow turquoise spotted longtail Moscow guppy. And they never breed true, but you know how those guppy people are. Ay, ay, ay. What else did I get? Oh gosh, my brain is like seriously fried. What else did I get? Who's in the member stream that remembers what else I got? Holy smokes. Oh, duh. Aspidoras. Okay. Did I just get rid of... Oh, here we are. Aspidoras. The cooler Corydora. In my opinion, these are... Corydoras are like a super cool, awesome fish, but these are the cooler Corydoras. If you've never kept Aspidoras, they're way more... They're like Corydoras, like super caffeinated Corydoras. They're just psycho, super active. But I'm getting some of the Ramundi, these guys here, and I don't know how many. So these actually bred in his tank, in his tank that he sells out of, and so he moved the eggs over. So I'm getting a bunch of the fry. I don't know exactly how many, but yeah, so a bunch of these. And like I said, Aspidoras are crazy. You'll see in the video, they're just wild. They just spaz out constantly. So again, when you're getting hyperactive fish like that, you just got to remember that they burn through a lot of calories, so you got to feed them accordingly. So you definitely, even though Aspidoras are smaller, you still got to feed them a lot. But anyways, those are the only 3 I came home with. Well, I didn't come home with them. They're being shipped to me. And I'm back. Just like mixing genes is always good for continuing. Oh, yeah. If you're just talking about like spreading out your gene pool, yeah. I mean, I've got half of my quail are from a local breeder, and then the other half are from somewhere in Texas. So I bought hatching eggs and had them shipped to me and hatched them out, and then I bought some locally. So I'm like, I got a pretty even mix and spreading out the genes a little bit. Is the bar cheek goby freshwater? Yes, all the gobies on his website are freshwater, and there's a lot of them. Like, I'm doing a specific video on gobies just because he has so many different species of gobies. So that's another one of the videos. How big did the Skull Creek get? I would say right around 3 inches. Do you keep any saltwater? Do you do saltwater too, Bob? Randy, I do not. I have done saltwater just once. I've had one saltwater tank, and that was it. And eventually I want to do another one, but I'm definitely a freshwater nerd for sure. Can you keep blackworms in sand? I have mine in gravel. Oh, yeah, absolutely. 2 10-gallon totes and have 20 pounds of pool filter sand left over. Yeah, you can do sand if you want to. I think gravel is better, but sand is just fine. If they don't breed true, yeah. There's definitely a fair number of people that like, I made a new guppy strain, and I'm like, oh really? How many generations deep are you into it? And they're like, well, you know, they always lie. I'm not saying everyone's like that though. Any good new Apistos? I'm not sure. There was a decent amount of Apistos there, but I'm not sure what's on his website for Apistos. Let me look. I mean, otherwise. So there's 5 Apistos on here. I will say the sunset Apistos look really nice. Here, why don't I just change it over here again? So top left there, the sunset Apistos. These look really good. The Agassizi look really good. Way better than these pictures do. I think this is all. There's one other. So I think there was 5 species there. I think. Don't quote me on this. It's impossible for me to remember all the fish, but I think there was Hongsloi, and I don't see Hongsloi on the website. At least in stock. I guess I gotta go down here. Is there Hongsloi down here? Or maybe, okay, it's either Borellii. Now that I see these, I think it's actually Borellii that he has that are not on the website. I think those are the only ones that are not on the website. Again, I don't know if I'm supposed to be sharing this information, but it wasn't put in the vault, so I assume I'm okay to say that. Um, or maybe there was Hongsloy and Borellii. I'm pretty sure there was only 5 though, but again, I could be wrong. But yeah, most of what's in the warehouse right now is listed on the website. But I would say these sunset apistos look really really good. Oh, there's only 3 on here. What am I thinking? Yeah, maybe there is Borellii and Hongsloy that are not on the website yet. These Candidi look really really good too in person. Oh, Johnny is here. Why don't we ask him? I think we have 2 Hongsloy that need to be listed. I think there's Borellii too, although, I mean, you would obviously know more than me. What looks better color-wise, Skull Creek or Stark River? So, Leo, I have never kept both of them. Well, both of them I've never kept, so it's hard to go off a picture because you don't know what's photoshopped, you don't know, like, what's highlighted. We have Borellii listed. Did I just miss it? Am I stupid? I don't see him on here. Control F. Bore. Oh, are there just no... Oh, there's not pictures of them. That's why I don't see it. Okay, so there are 4. Okay. Either way, I think I was right. 5 species, only 4 are listed. Maybe I gotta send you some pictures. I'm pretty sure I took pictures of those. Can sunset apistos go in community tanks? All apistos can go in community tanks. Part of my absolute favorite combination, my favorite community tank is rainbows, apistos, and corridoras, and then like a random species scattered out, like maybe some pencilfish, maybe some hatchetfish, maybe some plecos. But those 3, rainbows, corridoras, and apistos, that's like my triple threat. You put those in a large tank, and it's gonna look amazing. A large planet tank, it's gonna look great. I want to pair the Candidi like real bad. They're there, and they look amazing. They look really good. The desktop site looks so nice. We have some Magazizii gold that should be listed soon. Oh, so there's even more. How full was the warehouse? Seems like a lot of fish on the website now. Every tank that wasn't broken had fish in it. So apparently there was some accidents in the drilling of the tank. So there's some tanks there that leak. But every tank that had water in it, I think had fish in it. No, that's not true either, because there were some going through quarantine. So what they do is that they'll get, like, let's say like the Hongsloy, they'll get like 50 of them, put them in a tank. When they sell out, they completely sterilize the tank before they put in a new species. So there was some that were going through the sterilization process, but I mean almost every tank had fish in it. I really want some golden roseline sharks. I think there was 2 there, but I don't know if they're on the website or not. But I think there was like the display ones that he had in the old live stream, and then I think there was actually 2, but I don't know if they're listed. What non-cichlid can be housed with cichlids, mainly Mbunas? What non-cichlid? So basically, you're asking what can be housed with Mbunas, Nathan? I'm confused. What? That's what it sounds like. Let's hear you do a riff on one of those guitars. Well, first of all, if I do a riff, and I'm not skilled enough to just make one up, so if I do a riff, it'll get copyrighted, and 2, I don't have like the mic set up to do that either, and also I don't have the amp set up, and yeah, there'll be a time, like maybe in like a member stream where a copyright strike doesn't matter, that I might do it. I haven't touched those things in like a month, so I would probably be really awful. The other gold rose lions have wonky eyes, so they're in the retirement. Oh, that's where I saw them, the retirement tank. Okay. If you can only keep one, Rasboras or Barbs, Rasboras all the way. All the way. There's some really cool Barbs out there, but every Rasbora that's in the hobby is safe for community tanks. Not every Barb that's in the hobby is safe for community tanks, and I love community tanks. So it's Rasboras are gonna win out all the time. Plus, have you ever seen a neon green Rasbora? I mean, There's a lot of fish that their names don't live up to the expectations. Like, why did you name this fish this? The neon green Rasbora is actually like a super neon green fish, and they look amazing. That that one Rasbora will make me pick Rasboras over Barbs every time. What other tank mates for a tank of cichlids? Mostly Mbunas. I would do Petricola catfish. Petricola catfish. Look them up. They're usually kept in the same tank. And Petricola catfish. Here, I'll spell it for you in case I'm not enunciating. Petricola. Oops. Catfish. Look that thing up. It's pretty sweet. Bob, ever played golf? Yeah, absolutely. My very first job was at a golf course. I worked there for many, many years. I was just trying to think, like, where are my golf clubs? I haven't seen them in a while. And I have real golf clubs, not this oversized crap, like actual real golf clubs. Um, where are they? They're McGregor. I have a set of McGregors. I don't think I haven't seen them for a while. I should probably check to make sure I still have them somewhere. Casper with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Is there different aggression levels between crebenses and apistos? I would say generally crebenses are more aggressive, but neither of them are super aggressive when they're not spawning, if that makes sense. So when they're spawning, both of them are definitely going to protect their spawns. They're not going to go like, if say you have like a 55 gallon and in one corner, all the way in the corner, there's some apistos or crebenses have spawned. They're not going to go all the way to the other side and kill fish. But if there's something that comes like near their spawn, they're definitely going to attack it. Outside of breeding though, I would say crebenses in general are a little more aggressive. But again, rarely kill fish unless you just get that one a-hole. You know, every species has that one a-hole. There's always that one guy that's like a jerk. So just keep that in mind. The $1 million question from Randy. Dan's Fish, when are you getting some new gold roseline barbs back in? I'm sure that's probably a fish that he orders as many times as is on the list, but it's one of those fish that never come in. I guess I should finish that comment. I'm sorry, Casper. Between crebenses and pistols, cannot gift memberships with phone. Can't wait to see your corridors set up to come. So I'm actually, for my corridors, my Aspidoras, it's going to be a 20 long. I'm going to try to find some sand, because right now there's gravel in them, or aqua soil, and I just don't like aqua soil. I'm going to try to find sand, and then I'm going to do like, I'm probably going to line like the outside with like 1/2 inch gravel rock, like maybe like 1 or 2 inches thick, maybe around the outside. And the reason for that is so that if they lay their eggs on the glass, when they hatch out, the fry will just go into the like the cracks of the rock. But what I learned is most of the time the Aspidoras will lay in the uplift tube of a sponge filter. And the nice thing about that is there's not a lot of fish that will go in that amount of current to eat your eggs. I'm going to try them in species only though, so it shouldn't really matter, but that's the idea. Getting a 75 gallon for my barbs. Any suggestions on small fish to keep with my barbs? Well, what kind of barbs are you getting? Fisted waffle. Good Lord. What kind of barbs? That makes a difference. Like mascara barbs are quite a bit different than cherry barbs. Zenny says my peacock gut doing great with my cherry barbs. I could believe that. That's a good mix. Just thought I'd ask. Yeah, I mean, that fish, Randy, would probably sell out every time he could bring it in. So I'm sure it's one of those fish that is always on the list, but is never actually available. And if it's one thing I learned about buying fish from suppliers, is that the problem is, one, you think you're getting it, but you don't get it. But the big problem is with a lot of these people is they'll substitute without asking. So let's say you order 100 roseline barbs. They're like, oh, we don't have those. Let's just give them 100 Oscars. That's a pretty big problem. And it's something that happens quite a bit with exporters. Now, obviously, Dan has done his research and he you know, works with really good exporters. I don't do that too often to him, but I've had that experience. I've seen it at the co-op, and it's not very fun when they send you. I don't remember what Corey ordered, but they sent him like 100 Oscars. There was a second time, I don't know what he ordered, but they sent him mono B, which is a brackish fish, because they were out. I was just like, dang. For me, it's like I would order like a neon green Rasbora. They would send like harlequins because they were out. So it was nothing like major for me. I think we're all getting a little stream drunk. We're not making much sense with our questions. I'm definitely about to finish up hour number 3, and this is why I feel bad. There's some people that stream after me that ask me to come on their stream, and I'm like, I can't do 4 hours anymore. I just can't. You know, the usual barbs, tiger barbs, black ruby. Ooh, black ruby barb. That's a really good one. Tiger barbs. Honestly, as long as I wouldn't do anything with long fins, and I wouldn't do any like nano fish, but any like larger schooling fish, I think you're gonna be just fine with them. Obviously, I could just say rainbow fish, but is the neon green Rasboras the Kubatoy? Yes, that's the one. For 20 years, I wanted to do captive bred seahorses, but too scared to try. I think breeding seahorses is actually easier than you might think. I'm not saying it's easier. I'm just saying I think it's easier than you think. I know a lot of people that have just, well, I can't say a lot, but I know a decent amount of people that have just bought seahorses and just had them bred without them even trying. Zombie Cat just tuned in. Hey y'all, hey. Any experience with rice fish, and which one? I've had the galaxy rice fish. I've had a couple different rice fish, and I've just kept them out in the ponds. So I've had the galaxy, and there's one more that's escaping my brain right now. But both of them I just put out in ponds. I have a metrics question. What fish has the most views of all the fish you have done a video on? I could actually just take a look. Let's see. Let's head on over to analytics here and see what we got. Let's take a look. Sort my videos by views. Thank you. A specific fish. My one single fish. Bosemani rainbows. I don't think that would work with everyone there. So I've got one video, like my betta fish video, but it wasn't specifically a betta fish video, so it's hard to explain. My puffer fish video did really well. I actually did my rainbow video, but if like just a species profile, man, I'm slouching. It must be getting late. As far as like a species profile, my Bosemani is number 1. The next way down the list, holy smokes, what's my next like species profile? Is the elephant nose, and that wasn't even really a species profile. The next, so after the Bosemani is the dwarf neon. That's my next, like where it's only like where the video is only one fish. That's all I'm counting, because I think that's what you're asking. But my channel is pretty well known for rainbow fish, so I don't know that would work with everyone, right? Like if an African cichlid breeder posted a care video on Bosemani, it's probably not going to do well because the algorithm is like, what is this? What are you doing? If that makes sense at all. UPS, you're living the dream. Hey, Bob Mods, dream. 28 months. Thank you so much, Katie. I guess late is better than never. That is true. Catching the last 15 minutes. And then also with a $10 super chat just because I was late tonight. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, for real, you're the Lord of the Rainbow Fish. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you search Bosemani rainbows, like mine is the video that comes up. Let me take a look. So you have to do this in a, let's see. We need an incognito window here. Let's go to YouTube. Now that YouTube doesn't know it's me. And let's search Bosemani rainbows and see if I'm the #1. Yep, I'm the #1. So, makes sense. And then since Pracox rainbow was my second, let's search dwarf rainbow fish. Let's see what comes up. Aquarium Co-op is #1, but I'm #2. So that makes sense too. All right. Dan says I had a seahorse tank when I was a little kid. I don't remember what kind, but they only got about 2 inches tall and bred all the time. Yeah, I think it's harder to raise the fry. Our seahorse babies fry? I don't know. But I have heard it can be difficult to raise them once they have spawned, but actually spawning them, I've read is actually pretty easy. That's perfect. Yeah, I was wondering if it were the rainbow or a different fish you cast. Like 4-ish years ago when I had a lot of African cichlid, I could do an African cichlid video and do pretty well, rank pretty high. But it's been so long since I've done African cichlids. If I made a video now, I don't think it would do that well. One of those top videos was the Lake Tanganyika one. So, like back in the day, I had YouTube pretty dialed in with Lake Tanganyika and my channel, Lake Tanganyika, but not so much anymore. Like my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my 6th all most viewed video is top 5 rainbow fish. So, yeah. Bob, when I buy Bosemani, where are good sources? Dan Fish is sold out. He shouldn't be sold out. If he is sold out, he won't be sold out for long. Let me look. He has 1 billion Bosemani in stock right now. So they're probably going through quarantine because he just got him. But Johnny can let us know if he's still here, maybe. If he's so kind. But let me look. Rainbow fish. Bows. Oh, just control F it. Bows. Yeah, there's 75 Bosemani Itinjo. There's 69 Aves Creek. He's definitely not sold out. There's 24 Aquarium strain. Which even the Aquarium strain, you'll see if you wait to watch the video, look pretty dang good. So definitely not like an Aves Creek or a Bosemani, but or a Itinjo, but still pretty decent for just, you know, a wholesale fish. Baby seahorses dying would be the worst. Yeah. Oh, if he is sold out. Where would I buy rainbows if he is sold out? Probably like in tropicals. I would say that the difference between like an Aves Creek and an Itinjo rainbow compared to like just a wholesale fish that you're getting from Imperial is pretty significant. I know it's a couple. I don't know how much Imperial Tropicals charges for their rainbows. It's like $8 or $10 more. It's worth it. I'm not saying Imperial has bad rainbows. They're, like I said, they're the second place I would order from. I'm kind of curious how much their rainbows are though. Let's see. $15. Oh, Dan's cheaper anyways. So I guess that's not an issue. I still have a bucket list tank to do soon. 125 about a dozen red bishop Tropheus. Incredible fish. Yeah, I think you'd probably want more than a dozen though, but I understand like the cost probably makes that a bit harder. What's the one I like? The Tropheus. Oh, I actually used to keep them in Conde Yellow. These are one of my favorites. I would love to do a Tropheus tank again one of these days. Oops, not intermission. Firefox. Yeah, this one right here. I like this one. I think there's the like the red rainbow. Yep. This one's really nice too. I mean, it's hard to argue that that's not a good looking fish. So one of these days I'd like to get back into Tropheus. They're definitely a lot easier than people make them out to be as far as keeping them. Dang, took longer to get back in chat than I anticipated. Well, at least I was able to get back before the stream ended. I learned yesterday life can change in a blink of an eye, so tell someone you love them today. That is absolutely true. Craig, I hope everything's going well for you, buddy. My dog got hit by a car, came close to being killed. My wife and me, and wait. My dog got hit by a car, come close to being killed. My wife, me, and my boy. Your dog got hit by a car and you guys almost died? I guess? I don't even know what to say to that. Whew. Boy. Definitely, life can change in a minute, man. Those red rainbows are gorgeous. Yep, I agree. Don't do a bucket list. Just do it. Just do it. I swear they have like 1,000 at once. It's crazy. Awesome, but crazy. Yep. I avoided saltwater mostly because of the fear of marine fish and critter death. Saltwater fish are not any harder to keep. It's when you get into corals. And you can even argue that a planted tank is harder than raising corals, right? I mean, it just depends. Like, there's easy corals, there's easy plants, there's hard to raise corals, there's hard to grow plants. I don't really think one is harder or easier than the other. They both have their challenges and their rewards. Car came close to cleaning us all up. Oh. Man, I couldn't even imagine. Well, I can't imagine because I lost my dog, so... Dang. It seems like you have a good outlook on it, though. That's good. It's important to keep your mind in the right headspace when something like that happens, so... That sucks, man. It sucks. What size tank for Bose Monty Rainbows? 4 feet. 4 feet. Like 55 or like a 40 long. A 40 long would be like the smallest I would do. But 4 feet. They just need they need the space to swim. Bose Monties like to run, man. You gotta let them run. Me too. Don't know why I feel that way. I should try it once. Yeah, I'm telling you, if you're really hung up on salt, you shouldn't be afraid of how hard it is. You should be afraid of how addicting it is, because it is just as addicting as fresh water. So you can really sink in a lot of money into saltwater, just like you can in freshwater, really fast. Because here's the problem when you go from freshwater to saltwater, and probably vice versa. It's like I think more so going from freshwater to saltwater. You start your saltwater tank and you're like, man, this was way easier than it was, which it is. Then you start looking at all the saltwater fish that are available and how awesome they look, how amazing they are. And you're just like, oh man, it's just another rabbit hole that you're going to get sucked way down into. And that's what you should be afraid of. You shouldn't be afraid of the difficulty of saltwater, because it's not. You're definitely going to get sucked down another time sink, another money sink. And you can go real deep real fast. Ginger Rumble with the $10 super chat. Buy Bob more pets. I don't know that I would condone that, but thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I got so much stuff to do already. Jeff says I have 9 Bosmanis in a 75-gallon. 75-gallon is my favorite size for rainbow fish. Obviously, larger the better. Like 125 is obviously better. But if I was being like a rainbow fish snob, like 75-gallon minimum. And it's only because I've seen them in 75-gallon, and their behavior is just way better. What else we got going on here? Matter Aquatics said I'm on it. Did I actually make it to the end? Did I miss anyone? There's this. Suppose. I remember 14. That's when I lost my ability to lie around and play games anymore. Okay. Bob, when I buy Bosmani, okay, got that one. You're the Ben O Cichlid, Ben O Cichlid of rainbow fish. Oh man, Ben is someone that I would just love to just hang out with. Like absolutely, that would be great. Ooh, did someone get in trouble? Ooh, hey man, you don't need to remove that. I don't really care about that. I only care about spam like that when it's a rando, like when it's clearly spam. Like one of Dan's. Oh man, that stream Wednesday, like, whew, he was getting hit pretty hard with that. Spot about rainbow babyfish. Spot about rainbow babyfish. I don't know what that means. On the upside, my 134 plecos are trapping. That is, hey, anytime bad stuff happens, you have to look at the positives. You really just have to push through, and that's an upside. There you go. Where's a good plant pack for purchase? Oh, I'm the worst. Bob Vance, I'm the worst to ask. Since I hate to sound like this, but since I've been able to buy wholesale, I just stopped looking at plant packs. I don't even attempt to look at them anymore. So I don't know, like plant packs. Back in the day, I used to order plant packs off of like eBay and Aquabid. And I don't know that I ever had like really good experiences buying plants that way. They weren't bad by any means, but it's never really what you expect, but at the same time, it's exactly what you expect, if that makes sense. Probably not, but it's hard to describe. I don't know. If I was buying anything outside of wholesale right now, I would actually go to planettank.net or I don't remember, but that's where I would go for plant packages right now if I was buying stuff not wholesale. And the nice thing about planettank.net is everything is grown, well, unless usually everything is already grown submersed, right? It's plant clippings, and you're actually buying from hobbyists, which is nice. Damn stream is the first stream I've seen you on recently where you didn't look exhausted from being there. I'm not exhausted from being on the stream. I'm just exhausted because it's the end of the day, right? I'm exhausted because I'm just physically tired. So rude. The Planet Tank forum, people give away their trimming so it can be a fun mix. Yeah, the ROAC, the random act of kindness. Hey, buddy. This dog gate's not working very well. There's a second dog that got through it. I know, you're probably hungry, right? I know, I was supposed to feed you before I started the stream, but I didn't. Yeah, I think it's planettank.net. Let me look. I mean, you have to sign up for an account and all that crap, but whatever. Planettank.net. It's always the opposite what I think it is. So yeah, planettank.net, that's the one. Then you gotta log in and join. So if you just go to planettank.net, you won't see the for sale forum until you actually create an account. So create an account, then that forum will open up and you can see all the stuff for sale. And there's other stuff there too, but mostly it's plants. Where's the best ID site for aquarium plants? Probably planettank.net. I don't know if they still have it, but they used to have like a whole catalog of plants. But you can also just post a picture of it on the forums. Aquarium Co-op has a really good forum that you could just post a picture of, and someone will be able to identify it for you. The difference between, like, there's a lot more fish police, and it's not as bad as it used to be on the Planet Tank forum than there is on the Aquarium Co-op forum. So if I was actually looking for someone for help IDing something, I'd probably go to the Co-op forum. But if I was looking to buy plant packs and things like that, I would go to the planettank.net. I think your dogs can tell time. It's actually proven that dogs, they can sense time. They can't like look at a clock and tell time, but they can sense time, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, I think it is. If I was really mad, I'd time them out. Power tripping, not yet. Not bored, just exhausted from the work it takes to do guest streams. Sorry, I didn't mean it, and I didn't take it any way mean. I mean, there's definitely days where I'm just like, I'll be honest, there's definitely some times when I'm like, I should just say my internet went out because I'm like super tired and I'm just not in the mood. And so sometimes before the stream, I have to like just blast some music and get myself jazzed up so I'm just not like, guys. So there's definitely those days, but I don't think it's been for a while. Hey Bob, will roseline barbs, gouramis, and panagaris survive temps in the 50s to 70s? No. I wouldn't go that low with roseline barbs. I wouldn't go that low with gouramis. Pandagaras, I don't even think panagaris can go down into the 50s. I don't know that I would risk it. My service dog sure can. He stands up every day right around the time to go home. Yeah, they can sense time. So, and what I mean by that is like they know when it's been about 8 hours. So like dogs know when you come home, when you're coming home from work, because because of their sense of smell. And they know when they I don't know how to describe this right, but like your sense of your smell like dissipates over time, and they're able to know like, okay, I can only smell him this much. She usually comes home. If that makes sense, I don't know, but they do it by smell. In that scenario, call me maybe, and here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. All right, come here. Come here. Come on. There you are. There you go. Hi. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's too wet. That's too much. Thanks, though. Oh, and I get a hug. Oh, I get a hug. Oh, more hugs? More hugs? Okay. Davo says I got a... Don't kiss me on the lips, you pervert. Oh, you're gonna get my mic, buddy. Anyways, Davo says, I must sleep now. Gotta get up in a couple hours. Holy smokes, go to bed. We're almost done here. Dogs are getting wild. Gotcha. Get out of here. Get out of here. My dog is already waiting by the window when I get off work. Yeah. That made sense and I didn't know that. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. There you go. See, that's a good boy. You just sit there and wait. Sit there and wait. My flower horn knows when I'm home just by pulling in the driveway. I mean, I believe it. I believe it. He knows once he hears that car, he's going to get some food. Ay. Your dog is so adorable. He loves to give hugs. Come here. Come on. Give me a hug. Give me, oh, not yet. Oh, there's the hug. Oh, there's the hug. Oh, yeah. There's the hug. Oh, thank you. I'm not a fan of kisses so much, but I do like the hug. Oh, there's the hug again. Oh, now here comes the other ones. Now they're jealous. My schnauzer is snoring next to me. That's on my list. That's on my list of dogs. All right, it's getting crazy around here. They are definitely jonesing for some food. I'm gonna go feed them. Thanks everyone so much for coming and hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Everyone who super chatted, gifted memberships, new subscribers, new members, lurkers, mods, all of y'all. Oh, thank you. Oh, what a sweetie. I really enjoyed it. Be on the lookout for a lot of videos coming in a short period of time. And I need a Doberman in my life. Yeah, they're like the sweetest dogs ever, aren't you? And this is true about every Doberman I've come across at the shelter I volunteer with. They love giving hugs. I've never met a Doberman that didn't like to give a hug. It's insane. But anyways, that's all I got for you tonight. Thanks again, everyone, for coming and hanging out. Look for the video on Wednesday. Gonna be on tetras, pretty awesome, on some rare tetra species. So that'll be awesome. And again, hoping to have the tour video done by the weekend. So look forward to that. And otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna be on anyone else's stream. I don't have any plans to be. So I will see everyone. Dude, I know. I'm trying to go. The more you bug me, the longer it takes. Look at you, made my mic fall off again. Okay. All right. I'll see everyone later.